and it is like a little tradition now to draw, to paint together. And tonight I want to help you and to show you how you can draw, for example, a portrait. And I was inspired by this card that I've got from the shop, and it's Frida Kahlo, and it's a Mexican painter. She's a very nice painter. She worked in techniques of surrealism. And particularly this card, why I liked it, because she's looking like a Holy Mary here. So you can see all those like features, this heart, and also she has a little skeleton here, I think a skull. So, and I've started already a little bit, and I made this sketch like that, right? So this is heart with flowers, and her iconic appearance with those eyebrows, prominent eyebrows. So, and for you, my advice, if you can't draw like at all, you just take, for example, iPad or phone, or you take your computer, and on the screen you can put a picture that you like, and then you just like put like that a paper, and then you can just make some drawings, and after you can paint. So to start our painting, this is what we need. So watercolor, and first we just wet the face just with water. You can take your time, you can draw with me, you can paint with me. So on this channel mostly I'm showing how to make dolls, how to customize Blythe, and like to make dolls from ceramic. I just started my channel, so join if you are interested, because I'll be making streams like that almost every night for you to know what is art, to be a little bit closer to watercolor, maybe to doll making. So we made this wet, right? Then we take something very, very light, and you should take ceramic plate, or maybe you have a special thing for making watercolors. And so I take some, for the face, I'll take some orange, and I'll take a little bit of this color. I mix it together. See, this is the color. And so this is what we do. We just take some of that color and we start applying it, but on already wet face. Hi everyone, hi. Thank you for your comments and likes. So yeah, we make it very gently. And if you kind of go out of those borders, it's fine, because it's watercolor, and for watercolor it's normal to kind of like integrate to each other for those colors, and everything is very fast and easy. You will enjoy this process because it's so easy and fast. So as I said, she's Mexican, so of course her skin tone will be more warm rather than cold, rather than cool. That's why I'm taking, again, I'm showing you a little bit of orange, right? And a little bit of that color. Mix some water. And again, this is already wet, and I'm applying The neck always a little bit darker than the face that you are drawing, so mind that. Look, it's already something, right? Now we need to put some shadows and of course cheeks. So looking at our picture, right? So she has this very prominent skulls, right? So let's take this red and look how we apply cheeks. We just tap, 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 tap like that. We're just tapping it like that. Good. With watercolor, it's very nice because you can apply multiple layers and you can play with colors as long as you want. Of course, not like 24 hours, but something like that. Yeah. So now I'll take something more even vivid, very red color. See? And don't be scared because when it will dry, it will not be that red, right? And I put it in the middle. So first I do a little bit pink. Look, if your watercolor is running and you see it's like goes away, you just take some paper, like kitchen towel, like paper or something like that, and you can just like wipe it this way, right? And also, if you have extra color, like for example here, see, you just dip paper here and look, it's collected all extra color, see? Very easy. Very easy. Let's put it here like that. So we go with shadows now. I'll take this color. And I'll apply it on the edges, only in the corner. So when we do faces, we generally put some shadows. Then I'll take some red a little bit. And again, I can make a little bit with her cheeks, I'll play. Don't worry about this vivid colors because as I said, in the beginning it will look ridiculous, but then it will kind of like settle down. And when it will dry, it will be way lighter. So don't be afraid for like applying more color than you need at the end. So let's take some orange again. And let's integrate orange into her cheeks. Because as I said, as she is a Mexican, she's Mexican, yeah, she will have definitely warm colors on the skin. Very beautiful woman. Very beautiful artist. I'll apply just a little bit orange to yellow that I have. And a drop, just like little drop of red to make this color. So base yellow, then orange, and a little bit of red, like this. So it's closer to coral color. And I start going here now. sides we are making darker. Under the nose we are making darker. And don't forget that under your eyes you generally have some like little veins. So like you have like some blue, or in her case it will be more green. As I said, when we have warm color, we have green veins, and when we have, for example, cool color skin, we have blue or purple. Purple also is a neutral color, so we can apply here either purple or green, because it can be either neutral or like that. I think it will be interesting to use that. So this is what we apply here to make some realistic look. A little bit maybe of violet. Now we start with gray. If you don't have gray, just take black and dilute it with water. For example, like that, I'll show you now. You take water, you take black, right? For example, here, black, and you can dilute it. The more water you have, the kind of like more grayish color you'll get. So where I will put gray, I'll put gray under the nose, of course, to make some shadow, right? I'll put gray under her face. It's very important because the neck is always kind of like in the shadow, right? Because of the head, because of the face. And again, as I said, don't be scared to experiment with colors and to make it vibrant, because you can just always take it and make it look lighter, or you can just like wipe it off. So it's very, very nice to start working with watercolors for beginners who never did any art, for example, because you always have control over your painting. Like for example here, see? We put a little bit gray under her lips to make chin more prominent. All right. A little bit more under the nose and under her eyebrows, because her eyebrows are prominent, as I said before. And of course you'll have shadows under them. And again, what we can see here, I can take it out, because like we have more shadows in our inner corner closer to the nose, and we have less shadows because it's more prominent, this part of our face, of human face, this. So put more shadow here under the nose and under the lip. Where else can we put some gray? A little bit here, see, because she has, I'll show you now, she has this beautiful cheekbones, right? So let's work on it. Let's take some gray or diluted black, like this. Adding gray or black, like diluted black here, we are getting the shape of the face with prominent cheekbones, you see. So we put this blush high enough to make it very beautiful. And we put a little bit of darkness here. Look, it's already playing, right? The face. And we didn't even start it. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll go to her hair and we'll make maybe this like big piece. For that, again, try to change your water maybe often. And we will just wet. We'll just wet this part without any color. So this is clean water. We need to try to change water very often because it makes painting nicer and our colors will be more clean, especially when they're pastel or like very light. It's important not to make dirty the surface. So we apply some water, and as I said, we start with the face, we wet the face, then we apply this like base color. We show cheeks, we show some shadows, right? And this is all we do for the beginning. And then we go a little bit lower and we start to work with the bust. For example, if you made a painting, a portrait, and you have this part, so then you go lower, then you make it wet. Why? Because here we need to give some time for this face to dry, to kind of like perform better. We need to have more control to make details, like for example eyebrows, eyes, and so on. So in the beginning we are making only big parts, and we are making it on the wet surface. And then when the surface is, like when our paper is dry, only then we are working on our details. So let's go. She has this beautiful fuchsia shirt, and accidentally enough I have this color. If you don't have this color, you just take a little bit red and add their purple. So this is how you can get fuchsia. Red diluted with some purple. Why fuchsia is so beautiful on her? In my previous video and my stream, I said that when we have this contrast between warm temperature and cool temperature, it looks amazing. So this is a trick to make your painting unforgettable. And everyone will like it, right? Like this, all the accent will be on her face. You see how warm color start playing with this contrast? I really like Mexican culture, food, and FRIDA KAHLO. She's a Mexican painter, and what is interesting about Mexican kind of like their traditional holidays, they celebrate death, and they have very nice beautiful suits for that, and for this special holiday, Santa Muerte. And I think it's very beautiful, and colors there have this pattern as I've just described. So they use a lot of fuchsia, they use a lot of contrast like that, warm, cool colors, and because of that you can see all this type of combinations that are incredible, eye-catching. And I think they make you feel happy. Because at the end, look how fun it is. So why we went down, why we are not continuing with our face, as I said, it's important to let it dry. After we put some shadows, after we made her cheekbones, after we put some blush, we stop. So we don't touch eyes, we don't touch lip area, we just go down and we let it dry. I want to make this shiny heart that pops out, So to make this effect, I would use a lot of intense color closer to that, and I will use lighter color in the middle. It will make this like kind of like image of like glowing heart. So let's see if we can make it. And of course we can make it. And what is more beautiful with fuchsia than this incredible color? I think nothing. Just check this out. She has here, I think kind of like bluish turquoise thing, but I'm gonna use like full, all the way turquoise color. And you'll see it will be incredible. Again, I'm taking clean water. Why it's important not to mix pink with turquoise, right? Because this color can change the base, like it can change the turquoise, and will not get the clean, proper result. So again, I just like make this huge area wet. Don't worry about those borders, because it's very nice when watercolor kind of like integrates, one color integrates to other, so it looks really beautiful at the end. Just trust me, and you'll see how beautiful it will be. So yeah, first we make it wet, this big part, and it will be around her face. So again, this color is pretty much close to her face color, like it's warm. For example, if we would use like very, very blue color here, you see, it will make a very big contrast, but we don't want it because the painting will look a little bit tacky. So we use just one part of our painting, different temperature, to make an accent. It's like a scarf, you know, you, for example, you have like this beautiful clothes, and imagine that you have all your like coat and pants and jacket, everything one color, and like mono, and then you have a scarf that is a different color, and so because of that you'll have this like interesting contrast. So this is what we are trying to do here. Most our colors will be warm, and only fuchsia here as a maybe 30 or 20%. It's a rule to make it very nice. But of course, without fun we can't leave. So if you want to add something that is out of those rules, it's also allowed. You can try, why not, right? But those advices that I'm giving you, they are just, you can work with them, right? You can get a nice result with your first painting. So let's go. Now I want to add turquoise here. Let's look how it will be. Maybe I'll take something more intense. Let's try that. First, I'll try it like this. Beautiful, look. You see how it plays? This other color, incredible. Okay, let's do that color. More vibrant. Yeah, it's risky, but less risk. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's incredible. I like it. You know what? It reminds me of Maybelline mascara. When I was like I was a teenager, I had this mascara with those colors. Maybe someone remembers it. Really nice combination. Yeah, I like it. Closer to her neck, it will be darker, of course. Again, because of the shadows. So again, for those who just entered, I'm making streams where I teach how to use watercolor, how to make dolls, how to use clay, ceramic, and so on. I've just started my channel, but you can subscribe and just ask so I can show you, I can teach you what I can. And generally I do dolls, but of course I love to paint. So look, here we need to clean a little bit of green. See? Now we are going to her hair and flowers. 2 pink flowers we have. I think she has peonies on her head. This is the result that we are going to. It's FRIDA KAHLO, Mexican painter. So to paint, for example, peonies, it's also very easy, right? You just like make a circle like that and you just like make those clumsy things around. So you see like petals, a circle in here, petals, pom, 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 it's ready. At the end, we'll add details, of course, but for now, we're just making primary colors. And this one looks kind of yellowish beige. So for me, it looks kind of closer to that color. I'll try it here first. Yeah, it's perfect. Don't be scared if colors are going on each other a little bit. It's absolutely normal. If you see that something dries and you don't like borders or something, just add some water. Don't let it dry with lines. You see, like here, for example. I tap some water. I don't let it like half straight like lines, but you can allow this, for example, here on her clothes, but on the face, we need to have a little bit more control. So let's go to her hair and ears. Now hair. Here you should be careful. You should control black and not let it go a lot to her face. Don't go to her face, close to her face. Just work kind of like around it. And then we'll make it kind of closer. So I started to have a little bit of something. Now, again, when the water is dirty, guys, don't forget to change it. It's very important to make it. So I'm changing it again because I'm going to make some yellow things here. I'll take thinner brush. It will be kind of like a, I don't know how to call this decoration. Kind of like a crown or something. Right? Let's try. Again, we need to try all yellow if it will fit the color, right? So for that, what we do, we just like try it. Like, for example, is it nice with all what we have? And this is what we have. Yeah, of course, it's nice, right? So we take this yellow. It's pretty warm yellow. So I'm drawing stars around her head. I'm making only the edges of the stars because you'll see what I will do later. I'll kind of like try to wash it away. With watercolor, it's very important not not to make it very slow, because everything is like wet, so you need to work with that. And then after, when you make details, you can be very slow because everything will dry, and then you can take your time, and then you can basically like make it hours and hours. But in the beginning, it's important to use paints very fast. So look, now what I do, I'll make some maybe lines of yellow to make those kind of like shiny effect or something. Try to go from like there to you, because when you will apply water, then it will open the beams, like kind of like those beams that we are painting nicely. And so now look, I let it dry just like for a second, and then I start just like make it wet around. See? Oh. A little bit to my poor Edward. And now for blue. Again, we need to try what will work fine with that. Like for example, this one. Not bad. I think the second one is like more vibrant, so maybe I'll combine them. Let's see. I change the water because if I will combine yellow and blue, I'll get green. So to make this temperature kind of like cold and nice for contrast, to integrate yellow into blue, like they will be marrying each other, let's say, I'll make it. So I start again from the edges to the middle of the painting and make it wet, like I'm making it wet like this, between the beams. I think you can even put some glitter on it if you want, because it shines and it's nice. Maybe it will be very nice. Why we're not making it like all together? Why we do not do everything blue and then applying yellow? Oh yeah, so because it will give us green, and we want this like cool temperature integrated into warm temperature. So we take this blue. If you don't have this blue, you can take dark blue and white, or you can just like dilute it. And look, this is what we are going to do. We kind of like pull the color from the edges, not touching, absolutely not touching this yellow. It's important because, as I said, we first need to make this like shine, like, and it's important not to make it green. It should be blue. Look, I'm making it just between the beans, like that. And I pull the color to the middle. If I make some mistakes like that, it's again not a problem. We take up paper and it's gone, right? And it's gone. The accuracy of your watercolor painting depends on most of all the factor that you are changing your water. Almost each color you change the water, and you can just like tell, oh, like, I don't know, like professionals never do that or something. I don't know how they're managing to make it clean and everything is fine, but this is my technique. I just prefer to use a lot of clean water, and then it makes it kind of this nice look when I get exactly the color that I choose. Because you see, if I'll take, for example, blue and I'll put it in yellow, I'll get green. So it will not be so vibrant. And generally paintings with aquarelle are like that. They kind of like look similar, like the colors are very close to each other, and I love this contrast. I think it makes it looks very, very nice and eye-catching. So almost finished. Oh. So now the nicest part. Now we'll put more water into blue, and so it will start integrating into yellow, and this is how we'll get this glow. So we just take some water and put on those parts. Also, one more effect that you can make. We take some blue again, right? And we put it on, right on the edge, look. And it's wet. I'd maybe take even like more darker color. Let's try this color. Amazing. Yeah, let's do it. We can wait for it like to dry a little bit, maybe. It will be even better, like maybe like for a minute or so. And then you just apply very dark color on the edge. I'll show you the effect that we'll get. Like for example, yesterday we were making that, and you see when you do it like right on the edge, it goes up, so it will be very, very nice. So, and when it dries, we check the face. It's still a little bit wet, but we are taking thinner brush, clean water, and we'll go to the face now. Her eyes are very important. They're beautiful chocolate color. I don't think this one will work, no. Let's try this one. Looks like chocolate to me. So if you need to reach somewhere, just put some paper like that under your hand and under your wrist, and then just like try to draw. This is the moment when no one breathes. Okay, one is ready. Let's go to the second. Maybe I'll correct it a little bit. Don't make eyes or lips on wet face. It's very important because if it's not dry yet, you'll have very bad result because those details are important. Go kind of like from the center and add a little bit more and more on the sides. But again, if you made a mistake, don't worry, because it's watercolor, and with watercolors you can do whatever you want. You can start again, you can wipe it. I love to add some asymmetry to my paintings because I think it makes it more alive. So as you can see here, I made this eye a little bit higher than that one intentionally because I've noticed on this card that she kind of like has this like a little bit asymmetry, you can see. So yeah, again, don't try to make faces perfect. It will make your painting boring, right? If you are, for example, drawing someone or like absolutely like no one that you know, just like from your head, don't try to make it symmetrical, really, because symmetrical means dead. Like when we die, faces, like all the muscles are relaxed, and then you get this like numb kind of like face, right? Like a stoner. So I don't suggest you to do that. Okay. Still pretty wet, but I need to entertain you. So let's go down here to the heart, right? There's a heart here. So with some white flowers and a fire. I think it's a fire here, right? Is it a flame? Let's try. Because our face is still a little bit wet. So look again, this is one more tip. When you have lipstick, right, or lips, you need to have something here that matches this color. It will make this harmony. It will make this like balance on the painting. So you see her lips and her heart is the same color. So it's very important now to choose a proper color because it will be kind of like main. I think this will work fine. Let's check. Maybe too much. I'll try another one, another color. Maybe it's not too much. Let's try. Sometimes I'm scared of this like vivid colors, but who knows? tell me then, what do you think about it? Like drawing together like that, like not together, like all together. Do you like it? Because for example, for me, I was searching for channels like that that are streaming, for example, watercolor or doll making or something like that, because sometimes you're just lazy, sometimes you love to procrastinate and like not do anything, and it helps. You just kind of like catch the vibe, you know, you want to do something. Even watching it makes you want to do it. Like for example, not maybe immediately now you would do it, but tomorrow I'm sure you'll sit there and think, wow, I need to go to Walmart and buy some like watercolors. Why not? Right? And don't forget, Christmas is very soon. And you know how amazing it is to make this type of present to your, I don't know, siblings or to your boyfriend, girlfriend. I think it's incredible, right? And watercolor is so easy. And as I said, for example, if you can't draw at all, not a problem at all. You just take paper, right? You just turn on your computer, on your, for example, I don't know, TV or something, you pause the picture and you just put the picture, like put a paper on this picture, and you just take a pencil and draw it, right? Copy it, that's all. It's so easy, just try it. Start with something and then you'll be surprised how easy it is, and then you'll be more confident, and then you'll make your own painting. And I'm sure it will be incredible. So look. I think watercolor is very, very easy thing to start. So yellow, we take the same yellow. Try to kind of like keep yourself in the range of those colors that you've chosen. Because you see, like for example, this one didn't work, like this one worked. And when you use this amount of colors, for example, like 10 or 9, 10, 9, like something like that, it will make it really good. Don't try to put like all the rainbow on your painting. It's not necessary. So let's make flame now. I'll try not to touch the heart. And I take pretty thick layers of yellow to make flame. Like that. Goes out kind of like from the middle. Very, very important to start to pull this red kind of like from the one source. So I put it like that, and then it goes up. Then I'll take some orange and I'll continue. Some orange. I'll add some orange. Very nice. And here she has a white flower, so at the end I'll just like take white paint and draw some flowers. So let's go back to our face. I think it's not enough blush, first of all, so we can fix this situation. As I said, you know, in the beginning you apply some colors and you think, wow, it's so tacky, what to do? But then you realize it's watercolor, so You can put so many layers. It's very light and it's nice. Because it's almost impossible to make mistakes with watercolor, like literally almost impossible. So this morning I was painting Pinky doll like that. And as you can see, now it's wet, right? And we don't have all the borders, but once it's like more controllable and dry, we can add these details. We can put like eyelashes and it will be very nice, right? It will be amazing. So have patience, because with watercolor, in the beginning it's very fast and kind of like easy, and then you need to have kind of like patience to wait and not to start drawing something too early, right? But I think it's time for lips. Why not? I think it is. But with a thin, very thin brush, I take the same color like this heart, and this is the time when no one breathes, because you see, when you do eyes or lips, it's pretty hard. For non-professionals, of course. Maybe for professionals too. I don't consider myself professional. I think the easiest moments are in the beginning, of course, because you just put colors and that's all you do basically. But then now, for example, it's very nice because you can see the result more, but it's very hard. So now I need to take something dark, even maybe brown. I'll show you. Taking this brown color. Kind of like a color of clay or bricks, something like that. And I apply it in the middle, between the lips, because they're darker in the middle. See? Oh, it worked. And I don't touch this white. I will make it a little bit pinkish later. Now let's work on her nose. We can start with something already interesting. eyes. Pretty dark. Maybe I'll take graphite color for eyes. Let's see. Yeah. Now I'll start with her eyebrows. Check multiple times that everything is dry before you are making details. I keep going with black. I'll make her hair more prominent. I hope this video will inspire you, maybe to make a Christmas gift to someone. It's really easy. Don't even doubt you'll be able to make it. Especially, I think it's easy to draw someone who is very iconic, like for example Frida. You can't just like I think it's impossible to make her not looking like her, because Look, she's unique, right? Every face is unique, but she's definitely very beautiful. She had those beautiful braids around her hair, around her head. So around the face, we generally, what we do, we, for example, put this like line, right? And then we pull it out. So it will make this like popping face that you can just like see. So this is what we do now. I took brown, like normal brown, like that. And again, just remember, mostly we are using warm colors everywhere, but we use fuchsia here, we use fuchsia here, right? We use blue, which is of course cool color here, and all other colors are warm. So we have just maybe 20-25% of cold temperature colors, and most are warm colors. So just remember this kind of ratio, you know, it's like golden ratio of Leonardo da Vinci. So everything should be in this kind of like range, 25 or 30 to 70 or 25 to 75, right? And if you, for example, making like, I don't know, like for example, ebony girl, like with a very dark skin, or for example, you are making like someone like with very light skin and cold color, right? Like blue eyes, for example, then you can use everywhere cool temperature colors, and only around the face, around the portrait, and on the bust, you are using warm colors, and it will make it to kind of be very vivid. And don't forget about this thing about asymmetry. You see, I intentionally made her eyes a little bit different. I mean, as it is actually in on her pictures, on her photos. And it makes face real and alive. Our brain works like that when something is very symmetrical and perfect, it's boring. We love when something is going on, when a lot of details, a lot of colors meeting each other. So let's go. Let's continue. Now I'll pull this color kind of down, and I'll do everywhere like that, on the sides too. You see, I'm like, I put the brush like this and pull it down, like this and pull it down. Like I'll put it horizontally on this line, and boom, I pull it down. See? Look, I'm kind of like brushing it out. So like this, the line will not be too thick, and you'll have this like gradient, like it will be so beautiful. If then you'll decide that it's not enough color, like not dark enough or something, you can make it again. With watercolors, as I said, it's amazing because you can make it till you wipe totally the paper, I suppose. So I'll put some more brown here because it's a lot of green here. And don't be scared to make this like dark thing under the face, because this is how it is actually. This is why we have this 3D effect, because we have those shadows under something that is like more prominent. Like for example, lips. If I'll leave it like that without shadow under, it will be very kind of flat, you know, so don't be scared to put shadows. Now I'm going to make some shadows under her eyebrows, and for that, first of all, I'll start with just like wet brush and pulling this color down, because it may be enough. You see, it's already, I can see that it's enough. And it will be better integrated. And again, what we are getting now, you can see it's dark. It will not be like that, so just let it dry, and then you'll see that you should not be worried about those colors. Remember, mostly colors are closer to the inner corner of your eyes. Like this, right? I'll take some brown. Gray outline under her lips to make some shadows. In different places, not just like one spot, but you can see like literally shadows a little bit here, a little shadow here. So now we take some red or pink, right? And we make it closer to her eyes here. don't try to draw eyelashes till the edge of the eye, because it will look a little bit ridiculous. And put a little bit of like rosy pink on those corners, and it will look very realistic and nice. I always start drawing eyelashes or painting eyelashes from the beginning, like from the inner side of the iris. I don't start it with this corner. I just always started like here, and I think it's very nice. You can of course try like to make it like more volumetric and a lot of them, but I don't think it's very nice. It can be very kind of like dull looking like, so. I love to add some brown to black so it will look even more real, to mix them kind of. Because on the sun you can see that it's rare when hair or eyelashes on or eyebrows are totally black. Mostly they have some brown color. What else makes painting vivid, like a portrait? If you make some curls that are kind of like going like that, like without like, you know, any destination, let's say. Now this is the process. When you don't rush, you just enjoy. You add more and more and more color, details, and it's very nice. It's kind of this moment when you don't want to say goodbye to your painting, to your drawing. So maybe not tonight, but maybe tomorrow, after you spend your day, you'll sleep, and then your brain will kind of like push you to to make something like that. And why not Frida, right? She's incredible. I really love her. Let's go to flowers. And again, I'll take a thin brush and I'll start with the lightest one. You're just making like kind of like C or S letters, right? And a circle in the beginning, like in the middle, like that, like a spiral. Whoop. Very simple. Then after you made that, you kind of like pull the color inside of the flower. I'll add there a little bit of this color. I don't know what will happen, but let's try. and fuchsia. She loved always flowers in her hair. Brave woman, really. She was very, very interesting, and she always wasn't ashamed to be who she is. I suppose most of you know her, of course. It's impossible not to know her. Maybe you have seen her pictures, because there are even like t-shirts with her portrait. Now again, you pull color, kind of like to the middle. So I'll go back to her hair, and then we'll make her face, and I think maybe I'll add her some jewelry, I don't know, and finish with this part. And of course I'll darken the eyes, but I need to let them dry a little bit for that, and I'll make them darker. I take yellow to make her crown that she has, because I think it's pretty dry here, yeah. Everything is so fast, and I love those colors. end, I'll add some more like orange, maybe a little bit here, so it will look more kind of like real, like on the edge. Because plain colors are always boring, so when you mix them with something, it gives this nice gradient. I'm going back to her hair. And I add more brown to the roots of the hair. Like chocolate brown. And I start making a brown line around the face that I will pull out and mix with other colors. So as I showed you here, so you do those shadows and then you pull it out. now I add more this color. I love very much this Japanese paint. This is pearl silver. I don't know if you know this brand or not. They're really exceptional. So I'm making jewels. I'll make something with flowers, with stars to make this kind of glow. And I suppose that's all. On the sun, all those colors will play so beautifully. Tomorrow I'll try to make a picture of it and post. So guys, I think that's all. And it will dry, of course, it will be even more nicer. So yeah, this is what we did today. This is our job. So I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for likes and comments. So subscribe to see more videos like that, and you can ask if you are interested in some like doll making or something, so I can make DIY about it. So have a nice day.